Have you ever been around train tracks before? Or trains in general? What I find so interesting about it is this: you don't see a whole lot of left and right turns, but what you do see is train tracks that go in one direction and it's straight this way with minor curves here or there. And if you speak with the conductor, a lot of them will tell you, hey, yeah, we're pretty powerless when it comes to turning a different direction because we're going where the tracks are taking us. And there's a whole lot of weight back here that just keeps them moving along. You understand that people go through life the exact same way? Yeah, they just head down one direction. And when they head down this one direction, they carry a whole lot of weight with them. And a lot of time, the weight that people are carrying when they're headed down these tracks they wish they could get off looks like bitterness from the past. It looks like unforgiveness that's harbored in their heart, memories of being hurt by someone, and past pains that they can't let go. And so they just travel down these tracks. And they want so bad to be able to get rid of the pain that they're carrying and the luggage in the back. And they want so bad to go a new direction, but you can't because they're locked onto the tracks that life is taking them down. I meet a lot of people. So many of these people tell me that at one point or another in their life, they've been hurt. I remember talking to a girl in college, and out of the blue, I remember that she told me that her dad had raped her. I remember speaking to a young man here recently who told me that he saw his brother get shot and killed in an inner city. Now, you hear these stories and you hear about people who've been slandered and they've been hurt and they've been lied about, they've been attacked, they've had family members literally killed, or maybe it was just some sort of negative word spoken by someone in their past that they can't let go of. And what happens is those things in the past, when people have hurt you, if you let it, it will sink deep down into your heart and it will add more weight to you. And what it'll do is it'll keep you stuck on the tracks of bitterness and you'll never be able to get off of it. That's not the life that God wants you to live. He doesn't want you to be powerless in your pursuit of freedom. What He wants you to do is let Him take control. God does not want you to stay on tracks of bitterness the rest of your life, going one direction, feeling powerless on the path in front of you. In Psalm 5:8, it says, Lord, make your way straight before me. And if the Lord is going to make your way straight, what the Lord wants to do is take you to better places. And the Lord is never going to lead you down a path where you continue to think about the people who have hurt you and your past. The easiest thing that you could ever do is just stay on these tracks of bitterness. Just keep going through life and always hold this notion of hurt and pain from people who have wronged you in the past. A hard thing to do is break these tracks. The hard thing to do is to get off these tracks and to go a different direction. But you know who can help you do that? The Lord Himself. Because He doesn't want to take you down tracks of bitterness where you're stuck with all that weight behind you from people who have hurt you and all those memories in the past. All God wants you to do is live in freedom. He wants to take that weight from you. And then He wants to set you on a new course, a course where He can lead you into freedom. So my suggestion for you is this: if people have hurt you, if people have wronged you, if people have lied about you, people have slandered you, don't hold on to those memories and those people. Let them go, because letting them go will take you on a new course and it'll get you off of these tracks of bitterness. And all of a sudden, for the first time in your life, you'll feel like there's a new way, there's a new direction, and it's God leading you. In one way or another, we're all hurting. But I also know this: we don't have to stay on these tracks of pain because God has a new direction that He wants to take us. I'm telling you right now, man, that you don't have to live a life where you feel like you have no control over the direction that you're headed. You can live a life where you can break these tracks, you can get off of these tracks, and you can go a new route, because with God you can take a detour and He will lead you down new paths. So many people are stuck on tracks and they have no control over their life, and they're just headed one direction with all the baggage behind them and all the weight of the world. God doesn't want you to live like that. He wants to take you down new paths. He wants to take you to new places, uncharted territory. He wants you to be a conqueror, and He wants you to be an overcomer. And the best thing that you could do to overcome the people who have hurt you in your past and the pains and regrets of yesterday is to forgive them, and then to move forward in the freedom that God has for you, and to get off the tracks of bitterness that you were never meant to live on and that will never satisfy you, because this is not how you were supposed to live. Don't ever let these tracks tell you where you're going. You let God determine where you're going. And with Him, He'll never just take you one direction. He'll take you multiple places, and they'll all be for His glory, because He wants you to live life to the fullest. Not a life where you're looking at yesterday. Not a life where you're carrying the pain that people have inflicted on you from your past, but a life or you head to a new destination, it's a destination of hope. And as long as Jesus is there, it's a destination that's worth it. Follow Jesus, live for him, and get off the tracks.